Next dark truth. No one perceives reality accurately. Dogs can hear sounds that we only know exist thanks to equipment and technology. Bats can perceive sonar. We can't perceive any sonar whatsoever. Lions can see in the dark. We're blind in the dark. We clearly have evidence that there are things out there that we're not aware of. There are spectrums, and we're only on a short band within that spectrum, and it goes so much further than that. Light, sound, temperature, magnetism. There's so much we know exists that we don't feel or notice, and that, for most of human history, humans didn't realize was there because none of our senses told us that it was there. And that's before biases, narratives, assumptions, bullshit in the brain happens, right? So you take the fact that we only get a very narrow range of raw data, and then we start telling ourselves stories about that, and we start like picking and choosing evidence and discarding other things subconsciously without even knowing we're doing it. You bring in all the biases and the fallacies in our thinking. We don't perceive anything even close to accurately. It's very unlikely that whatever you think is real is what's actually happening. There's a very strong argument in neuroscience that basically all of reality is a hallucination, solipsistic universe with only one individual in it. We won't go there right now. But just to accept that even if you are the least biased person on the planet, even if you're a really good critical thinker, you're working with such a narrow band of data that your conclusions are still not going to be accurate. Okay, you just can't see it all, hear it all, or know it all. You barely get 1% of it. You think about, like, let's say you think you know someone. Just take a moment to think how much you don't know about them. How many seconds of their life you weren't there for. How many thoughts and feelings they've had that they did not share with you. How many things they've done that you did not observe accurately or observe at all. And you really think you know them? You barely know their existence, right? You know of them at best. It could be your own child. You still barely know them. They will still have thoughts and feelings that would be a surprise to you. You would still be shocked if you read their journal and found out what's really going on, or if you looked at their search history, right? You will still be surprised massively by people you think you know. You will still get things wrong in areas that you think you're a master. I see chess grandmasters lose games with silly mistakes all the time. They still don't get chess. And I think, oh, I know chess, please, right? Like, we don't know shit. Now, that isn't a pessimistic statement. It's about humility. If you really do want to be as accurate as humanly possible, you've got to be really humble about how little you know, how little you're accurate about, how biased you are. Your mind lies to you all the time. It withholds information from your conscious awareness all the time, most information. If you're in a crowd, it's tuning out most of the conversations, even though it can hear them. Right now, you're not aware of what your organs are doing, but they are busy, right? Your brain doesn't think you can handle all the information. It's right about that. I've worked with schizophrenics who don't have as many filters, and it makes them go crazy. Schizophrenia is not craziness, but the effects of not having everything filtered out does make you go crazy. So ironically, being a confident person means being uncertain, or at least being okay with being uncertain, with knowing that you don't know anything really. That old Socratic wisdom that the only thing you know for sure is you know nothing for sure. You've always got to keep the door open to being wrong. You always got to look for counter arguments and counter evidence. You got to assume that there's something you don't know about a situation at all times. And ironically, that will make you the most accurate and the most confident and lead to the best decision making. And if you meet someone who's totally certain and refuses to admit that they could be wrong, the one thing you know for sure is they are not confident.